Good morning. So it's
Good
about
morning.
so it's about 5:30 in the morning on what's today? Wednesday?
Yes.
Yeah, on Wednesday, and we are in Labrador City. We were thinking about pushing on a little bit past Labrador City last night, but ended up changing our mind and sticking around. The owner of the gift shop in town actually offered to just let us park our van behind her shop for the night, and she even said that if we wanted to, we could plug into her outside electrical outlet and everything. She was super nice. Turned out that I guess she offered that to several people because there's two other RVs here as well. So it was a nice secluded spot for the night. So today we are hopefully going to cover a lot of ground. We have the entire Trans-Labrador Highway ahead of us, which is over 1,200 kilometers, and apparently a significant portion of it is gravel, similar to what we've been on. So
We have our coffee.
yeah, so Paula made us some coffee. We're up super early. She's chipper, I'm less so. And the weather forecast for today is sunny, clear, and 0% chance of rain. So, as such, it is currently raining cats and dogs. It's a horrible morning out there. But luckily, we get to take our house with us, so I'm still in pajamas. We're gonna try and stay nice and dry and comfortable and get on the road, and hopefully we'll drive out of the weather and it'll get a little bit nicer the further we get.
Let's go.
All right. So we are on Highway 500, which is the Trans-Labrador Highway. It stretches from the far west point in Labrador, which is where we are, Labrador City, until the far east, which is the Atlantic Ocean, basically. It's a little over 1,200 kilometers, and the first half, roughly, is paved. The other half is apparently gravel. So we've got about 6 or 7 hours worth of pavement ahead of us, followed by about 8 hours, apparently, of gravel. So it's going to be a really long day, but we're going to do our best to get back on track a little bit. If you've been following along our previous videos, you'll have noticed that we've had a couple of blowouts on our tires, and it's really kind of slowed us down trying to get new ones, etc. But we've had an amazing time so far. Saw some wonderful things, met some wonderful people, even had some amazing northern lights a couple nights ago. So it's all been worth it. Because the Trans-Labrador Highway is in such a remote part of the country, the province of Newfoundland and Labrador has purchased approximately 80 satellite phones for use along the highway. You can borrow the satellite phones at various locations. It's completely free of charge. If you are a citizen of Newfoundland and Labrador, all you have to do is leave your driver's license number. If you're not a citizen, then you just have to leave a credit card number for tracking purposes, and in case you run off with it, I guess. So we're gonna pick one of those up, hopefully in Churchill Falls. They have them here in Labrador City, where we're just leaving, but unfortunately they didn't have any of them at the moment, because you pick them up at one location and you can drop them off at any other location along the highway, and so I guess nobody's dropped them off here in a while. I imagine most of them pick them up where we are and move towards the east, just like we're doing, so that's probably why. So in any case, Churchill Falls is about 3 hours down the road. We're hoping to be able to pick up one of the phones there and then continue on with it until the end. So this is what the road looks like so far. Wet, mostly. So we reset our trip meter whenever we left Ontario, and it just hit 333. But it's already hit 0 3 times, which means that we actually have just hit 3,333 kilometers. That's a pretty long way and a lot of threes. So, thought you might like to know. The landscape here is a lot different from at home. The very skinny, I guess, trees. Definitely a lot shorter because we're a lot further north. A lot more of these open spaces too, where it looks kind of like the muskeg up in the Arctic tundra where we were last year, except that there were no trees there, so a bit of a mix, I guess.
So, didn't take long to switch out drivers. It got really windy, and I don't like driving on the super windy days. And if you look ahead, it looks like the sky is getting clearer.
probably can't see it in the video, but there's almost like rolling hills in the background. It's neat. The further back they go, the lighter the color they are. It's a neat effect. Hopefully the sky will clear up enough that you'll actually be able to see those on the video as well. But it's starting to look very pretty.
I did drive for over an hour.
You did great, hon.
Thanks. The last thing Mom said to me when I hung up last night.
Yeah.
Well, have a safe travel, and as long as you're not on the water, I'm happy.
We're about to go to a massive island in the ocean.
I know. I'll tell her that later.
Yeah. So the pavement is now completely dry. It looks like it hasn't even rained here, which explains the forecast that we were expecting for today. Looks like we were just in a pocket of rain for some reason. And because the pavement is now dry, look who's driving again!
It's still windy though.
It is still windy, but at least there'll be no hydroplaning. Unfortunately, this means we're probably going to get slowed down a lot. Not because Paul is driving, but because we're probably going to be taking a lot more photos because I'm the picture taker. Ooh, look at those big boulders up there. See, those are the kinds of things I'll be taking pictures of. The cloud up there looks kind of like a whale. Like a little whale. Maybe a shark. I think an orca. Yeah, an orca probably. What?
Oh boy.
What do you think it looks like?
I'm looking at the road. I'm a good driver.
Okay, alright. That's fair. We just pulled off the road so that I could take a couple pictures of the water up here, but while I'm doing that, Paul is trying to turn around. I thought it would be funny to try and film it because that's going to be a really tough turn, but she caught me. She's doing good, actually. Good job!